All right. So I want to talk about inspiration. But really, though, inspiration and creative ruts. It, it seems like in the creative industry, one of the things that you can expect to happen is you can expect to find yourself in a creative rut. And what a lot of artists over the course of history and the human condition have done to fix that is just drink your creative rut to death. Which, I mean, it's an option, you know? Doesn't matter that it's 9 o'clock in the morning. You just, get a little inspiration into your system. And I found, along with many other creatives, that that's not a very healthy way to deal with that. So instead, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I've been doing as someone who's trying to shoot a roll of film every day to total 365 rolls at the end of the year, to stay on top of it, like to stay inspired, to stay interested, to stay motivated. So let's just jump into some of that and we'll see what we see. Yeah? First thing, not whiskey, okay? It's not the answer. First thing I've been doing is trying to photograph the people that I spend my time with. Like when you look back at your photos 20, 30, 50, 90 years from now, because who knows how long we're going to live, it's interesting to see the people you were hanging out with and what you were doing at the time. Like just totally mundane, like we went to lunch at the spot, or we went to the bar and did the thing, or we went paddleboarding, or playing in the snow, or snowshoeing, or sledding, or whatever the shit you actually do in everyday life that doesn't feel like that interesting or special. Photograph those moments because one, they help you put down frames, which is great. You get to practice your composition, your metering, your lighting, your focusing. And in however many years, those are going to be the images that you cherish, not like the high-end fine art shit that you shot. That's my hypothesis, or an hypothesis. What else? I've been trying to do... So for the first couple months of this year, I photographed mainly with one camera, which is the f6. And what I tried to do is switch up my focal length. So switch lenses, basically. Like shoot for a month with an lens. And then switch to a different lens for a different month. Like just force yourself to shoot with the ludicrously wide lens and learn how to make good images with it. And then switch to something completely different, super telephoto, right? Go from the 15 to 30 and then start shooting with the 300. Something like that. Keeps you interested, keeps you paying attention to different things, looking at different things, seeing the world in different focal lengths. That's always fun. So switching up your gear can help. And similarly, like I got to cheat on the f6 a little this year because I just got this gorgeous Hasselblad X-Pan, and it's a completely different way of seeing the world. Like the 2.38 to 1 aspect ratio, or whatever it is, Alex will put it on the screen, is very cinematic. It's very panoramic, and it completely changes the way that I compose photos. Like I'm used to being mostly a telephoto guy, so I look at the world and I see it like either at a 50 millimeter perspective, which is mostly normal, or like a 200 millimeter perspective, like very detail oriented. And you can see that in the images that I choose to keep and the images that I choose to shoot. I'm stuck on this camera with a 45 millimeter fixed lens that is wide as fuck. So I have to change the way that I look at the world, which changes what I'm thinking about when I'm shooting, how I'm choosing to approach stuff, how I'm even sketching out images even before I pull out the camera. So switching up your gear, your camera, your focal length, your film stock, Like we talk all the time about how black and white is better than color, but sometimes you just gotta do everything in color for a while until you get fucking sick of it, and then do everything in black and white. and then rinse and repeat. You know what I mean? What else do you do when you're in a creative rut? You know, aside from drink it to death, what do you do when you are just, you can't pull anything together? You can't get an image that looks good. You're not even interested in picking up the damn camera anymore. What is it that gets you there? Like the photo challenges that we do is like, okay, here's the challenge. Go shoot something, you know? Anyway, I'm curious to hear from you in the comments down below. What is it that gets you going when you're just bored with photography or creativity in any form? And how do you get through it? How do you get past it? How do you get out of the rut? I'd be interested to hear. Anyway, see you in the next one. Best by October 10th, 2022. It smells fine. How's that look? Good?